Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Thank you for meeting me here today. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about helpful resources and information for reverts and for Muslims or non-Muslims that want to be able to perhaps give someone else some information. So don't miss anything. Watch till the end. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little button in the corner, and also there's a bell icon so that you'll get updated anytime I post something new, so you don't miss any of my episodes. Okay, so to start out with, I've had quite a few people ask me, what are some good resources for reverts, people wanting to know more about Islam? My favorite go-to is whyislam.org, and I will actually post the link to their website in the information section down here. So if you click on see more, you'll see some links to resources, links to everything, including where I buy my niqab and my gloves, because I've had inquiries for that as well, and where I get my Qurans. So that's a good place to look for stuff, is the see more right after the description. So whyislam.org is an organization that helps give people in the community, people around the world, information about what it is to be a Muslim, what is Islam, and different different subtopics, I should say, that are within Islam. Perhaps, for example, what it's like to be a woman in Islam. What are some of the... I can't talk today. Oh my gosh. Anyway, whyislam.org is a great resource for new Muslims, people considering reversion, Muslims that are trying to help out people that have just come into Islam and things like that. So whyislam.org. Also, I like to watch lectures on YouTube, and I have a few of my favorite lecturers. Mufti Mink is one of them. So before I myself reverted, I did a lot of research on what Islam is and what it means to be a Muslim, and just really the basics of life within Islam, you know, as far as your role as a woman, the role of men, the rights of married couples, how families should interact, respect of the mother, respect of the parents, all of that type of thing. And whyislam.org can help you with that as well. So Mufti Mink is one of my favorite lecturers. I've watched so many of his videos, his lectures. Actually, I have him on my Instagram, and I still on occasion go and watch some of his updated videos on YouTube. The other one is, his last name is Ali something Khan, I forget. But I'll post his link to his channel down below too. I'm really bad with names, sorry. But I've watched a lot of his as well, and Dr. Zaky, something like that. He's amazing as well. He doesn't do so much lecturing as he answers questions and gives you information and tells you where he's found it and why he believes this and things like that. And he'll go back and forth between the Quran and the Bible so that people, you know, he really is a great debater. So I will post his link down below too. Those are my favorites. Those are amazing resources for people entering Islam, new reverts, and anybody really. Even if you've been a Muslim your whole life, if you were born into a Muslim family and you've been in the religion your entire life, still they are amazing lectures to watch and listen to. I have my favorite Qurans, and I'm going to show you what those are. I have them next to me. And so I have a few Qurans, and I have two of them next to me. One of them I keep in my office and I don't have it here, but I will bring it in one time to show you. But these two I use the most, so I'm going to show you these. This one right here is huge and very amazing, and what I like about it is it's a great study Quran, because it has, I'm going to show you some of the inside of it. It has Arabic and English, and it also tells you how to pronounce the words in Arabic by using English letters, right? Okay, so, and the English is actually the smaller bit on the sides right here. So this Quran, I love this Quran. It really wasn't that expensive, and I'm going to post the link below so that if you want to buy one, you can buy one. Favorite. I think it was around just under $40 or something like that. And the other one I use a lot, as you can see, it's a bit worn. Then this one was actually free, and I got it from whyislam.org. So it's perfect for the beginner. It's perfect for even a person that's, you know, been practicing the faith their whole life. And I'll show you the inside of it. Very easy to read. It's all in English. But it has some information about Arabic in it, and it's got the Arabic alphabet, so you can kind of like study it. I think it's toward the front. Let me see if I can find it. Toward the front or toward the back, I forget. But yeah, this one, whyislam.org. If you send them some, like an email or call them on the phone, because you can call them on the phone actually, you can talk to a real person about everything. They'll send you one of these for free. And they'll send you some brochures and things like that, some information. Another really great thing that I found that I love is this workbook. And I will post the link to it below. So if you want to order it, you can. It's not expensive either. I believe I paid about maybe, I'm thinking $6 or $7 for it. And so I'm going to open it and show you some of what's in here too. So you can practice your Arabic, and the thing I like about this is that it really teaches you how to interact with people and what their mannerisms are and things like that. So it teaches you the basics of certain phrases and things like that, like what does Bismillah mean? You know, thanking God for your food. What does mashallah mean? It's something that you say to be polite when you express that you like something, and things like that. Mashallah, tabarakallah, you know, things like that. So it tells you in here, inshallah, that means God willing. So if you maybe want to not really promise something, but you would like to do something, you would like to accommodate somebody, but you don't want to actually make an absolute promise. So you would say inshallah. Like for example, if somebody said, can you come to dinner next month at 5 o'clock? Well, you really don't know if you can actually come to dinner next month at 5 o'clock. Something could happen. Maybe you'll get called into work late, or your child gets sick, or, you know, you forget, God forbid. But if you say inshallah on the end of it, you're telling that person, I'm going to do my best to be there for your dinner at 5 o'clock. It's in God's hands. God willing, I will be there, right? So it kind of excuses you if you can't make it, but it's letting the person know that you're going to do your best, right? But it's basically saying, God willing, it's in God's hands. If God means for me to be there at 5 o'clock next month, I will be there, right? So this is a really great workbook. And I would suggest if you get this workbook that you photocopy the pages. That way you can work on them over and over again, and you won't mess up your book. You won't just go from beginning to end and be done, right? You can keep practicing, and you can help others too. So if you have a sister that wants to maybe study along with you, or whatever, or you teach your children, great workbook. And it's a child's workbook, but if you're beginning, you're just learning, you know, all the expressions and the meanings and the manners and the Arabic language and about the Quran, that's a great one, a great resource for you. Also, if you go onto YouTube and you type in children's Quran classes or children's teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, or anything like that, you will find some really great resources. They're usually for kids, you know, that have like the fun cartoons and things like that, but you can, for a beginner, they're amazing because they explain the story to you in a short, fun way that's usually very colorful. It teaches you how to count in Arabic, and you can sing along and count along with the video, learning the Arabic language, all of that kind of thing. So I would say that YouTube is an amazing resource for learning Arabic, learning the manners that are appropriate within Islam, learning what it means to be a Muslim, learning the roles of people, all of that, right? The 5 pillars, learning the 5 pillars. If you Google that into YouTube or even Google, you can pull up some amazing information. So that would be my best advice for that type of thing. The other thing I wanted to mention was for reverts, okay? Never be ashamed or embarrassed about why you decided to come into Islam, why you decided to become Muslim. That's between you and Allah. I've noticed that a lot of sisters, and maybe a lot of brothers too, have a tendency to be a little bit skeptical, criticize, judgmental, things like that, when they really shouldn't. It's not between them, it's between you and Allah, between you and God, right? It doesn't matter how you got there, whether it was pure curiosity, whether it was watching something on the news, or, you know, maybe there was a person that you encountered in the community and you were curious and you looked it up. Maybe it was somebody that you met. One of the things that I've noticed a lot are there's a tendency to stigmatize women if they've decided to become Muslim and join Islam because of a man. So, for example, if you meet a Muslim man and you like him, whether or not you decide to get to know him or not, maybe you're attracted to that. Maybe there's, or maybe you do want to marry him. I don't know. But I'm just touching on this subject between men and women, you know, meeting somebody and then making the decision to go forward and learn more about what it is to be a Muslim, what Islam is, and then making the choice to revert. Perfectly fine. I've noticed there's a big to-do about, oh, we think that the sister may have just joined Islam because she wanted to marry a man, or she fell in love with a man, or she met a man, or she... It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that you were brought to Islam, that you chose that faith, that faith chose you, that Allah chose you to enter Islam, right? And if it's in your heart. I don't think anybody would do shahada, regardless whether they met a man or not, just for the man. And just, maybe it has happened in the past, but I wouldn't see why it would. You know, because honestly, a Muslim man can marry a Christian or a Jew or anybody he pretty much wants, as long as they're religious. You know. So, for all the sisters out there, or all the brothers too, if that has happened to you or is happening, or you feel judged, let it go. That's on the people that are doing the judging. You know, that just shows you what type of character and personality they have. They need to clean their heart and come closer to Allah if they're doing stuff like that. People should be happy for you and congratulate you and welcome you, regardless of however you came into Islam. I know I just watched a little clip recently that was on Instagram, right, about a man who hated Muslims, hated Islam, didn't know anything about it. His daughter made a friend at school. She was happy with the friend, and then the father said something really rude in front of the child about the friend, and the daughter just looked at him like, how despicable are you to say something like that about my Muslim friend? Which made him turn around and actually explore Islam, and then he ended up reverting and becoming a Muslim, right? That's a perfect example. It doesn't matter how you got to Islam. If you got to Islam and you chose to be a Muslim, as in your heart, and you believe in Allah, God, the creator of heaven, as the one and only God, and you are in God's service, that's all that matters. And if it bothers you, if sisters are asking you that question and you feel like you're being judged or criticized, or that's why they're asking you that question, think about a good response for yourself so that you already have a response for them that protects you, but doesn't attack them, right? Choose your words. Words are very powerful. Take the time to choose the right words for you, for the right response for everybody, so that, you know, you feel comfortable and they feel comfortable too. So I guess that would be pretty much the best advice. Also being involved in community. For example, last night I went to a dinner and there were 2 other sisters with me at the dinner. And it was actually a feminist sisters movement for black sisters. Not black Muslims, just black sisters. And all races were welcome and things like that. So I went, Imam's wife went, and one of our other sisters from mosque went. And it was very interesting. And it was a good opportunity for us to be seen out in the community, for us to be noticed, for us to be realized as part of the community. And there's, you know, no difference between us and anybody else. We're not to be feared. And it also gave us a chance to talk about our religion just a little bit so that people weren't afraid of it, right? It gave us a chance to educate people about what it is to be a Muslim woman. And they were not intimidated by us. They felt comfortable with us. We felt comfortable around them, and we listened to their stories. You know, they were feminist stories. They were stories about how these women had been hurt and abused and felt unequal and things like that. And it was okay to listen to those stories. It was okay to lend support to them emotionally. And it was okay for them to see that we heard them. We understood them. We're all human beings, and we all make choices for our lives and our religion and things like that. So we were out in the community. The people that were at that meeting last night were not just black sisters, but there were people from India, people from an Asian country, there were white people. They were all mixed, right? And we had different religions mixed in there too. There were Christians, there were Baha'i, there was a couple of Jewish people in there, you know, and then there were 3 Muslim sisters, myself and Imam's wife and the other sister. So that would be my biggest advice, and also interacting with community at mosque potlucks, mosque events, lectures, and things like that. Going to mosque to pray. So I hope that was helpful to you. Please subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. And thank you for coming. I'll see you next time.